Hello there. What is going on, everybody? Today it is the Party's Over Squad Pack featuring Mace Windu for Star Wars Shatterpoint. We're going to unbox this thing. We'll take a look at the minis, everything that comes inside. We'll put the minis together. We'll look at the cards and all of that. So if you are a fan of Mace Windu and the Clone Wars, or Commander Pons and the ARF Troopers, you're actually probably going to like what you see with these guys. They seem very, very strong. Not necessarily just because of how good they are, but also from how some of the stuff is point costed, is going to allow for not only Mace Windu to shine, but a lot of other lists to shine that may not have worked otherwise. While I'm getting this thing open, let me just remind you guys, we are doing a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway right now, so you can win. Put that towards an expansion of your choice. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. Plus, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Mace Windu, on the points cost for some of these guys, or if you're not even playing Shatterpoint at all yet, let's know some of your thoughts on Star Wars gaming. It was a nice thing to hear. So we've got all of this stuff out. And let's take a look at our little insert first, as we typically do. Again, they don't do instructions on here. You'll have to go online to get those. All of our other language stuff, and then here's our credits page, as well as a link to build documents. That's a little thanks to everybody who helped bring all of this. Wow, there's really only 2 playtesters? That's it? Just two playtesters. Well, thanks, Adam Little and Sing Su for playtesting. I feel like they just don't test these games anymore. It's kind of bizarre why they have so few playtesters. I mean, I go back to like Fantasy Flight and Legion, and it's like how seriously they took their games. And they had like 20 or 30 playtesters. It was like, you know, I don't know, man. It just seems kind of crazy to me that they have so few playtesters for these games. I don't know. I know something changed a long time ago. Like they used to, playtesters used to not get paid, and then they changed it to where playtesters had to get paid, and that probably changed stuff. It's still not very much, but you know, golly, it was weird because they used to give us you would playtest a wave and you'd get one of everything in the wave, but that was for your whole group. So you're like, okay, they would be like, hey, your whole group playtested this, so your whole group gets 1 expansion pack, and you have to split up the minis amongst everybody or something. It was really weird. All right, let's take a look at the. But I don't know how AMG does it. I know that towards the end when I used to playtest a lot for Fantasy Flight, they used to change stuff out quite a bit. It was really weird. Got Mace Windu over here on the sprue. We got that head. He's upside down right there. I really like the way his sculpt is, but I can't wait to, or at least on the box at least, he looks pretty cool. I like his, reminds me a lot of the Tartakovsky Clone Wars. And I got, looks like you can do helmeted or non-helmeted for the rest of these folks. And you got some basing stuff here with a little B1 on the ground if you want to do that, which is pretty cool. I think that's probably for Pons. So yeah, and I'm definitely, I kind of envision Pons working with an Inquisitor build because of the Darth Vader with the Inquisitors, and to try to make all of that work, you have to have some weird points shenanigans. And I think my initial thought was some of this stuff like Commander Pons being he's a 3-point secondary, which is the first ever that he can make some things work. So yeah, really interesting stuff. All right, let's go ahead and look at these cards closer up. All right, so first off, let's take a look at Mace Windu. He is awesome at 6 squad points and 4 force points. So really interesting. He's the first 6-point character. And that means that you're going to have very, very few options on if you want to run him, because you're not really going to have the flexibility that the 7 and 8-point commanders have. So that's really going to be very, very restrictive. And I think that's going to be the hardest point to run him. Is as cool as he is and as iconic as he is, that 6-point there is going to be kind of crippling until a wider selection of supports and secondaries become available. So yeah, he is a primary unit, and he's Jedi Master Mace Windu. And I can't wait to get a big old purple lightsaber on the battlefield. It's going to look awesome. Real quick, I want to thank today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. They have amazing full metal tokens compatible with lots of different games, lots of your favorite Star Wars games, including games like Star Wars Legion, X-Wing, and many more. There are awesome damage tokens that they have there, as a matter of fact. Really great damage tokens that you can totally use with Shatterpoint. They have they're double-sided. They have the 2s on the back. They are pretty groovy. Orders that use code Crabbok VIP are going to save 15% off of their order, and any order that spends $35 or more are going to get the free lightsaber nunchuck Crabbok token thrown in for free. And it's got a 5 on the back. You can count higher intervals of damage. It's got those lightsaber nunchucks, and it's also light side versus dark side. Really cool token you get thrown in for free with your order if you use that code. So definitely check them out. All right, so I'm going to flip over Mace Windu at this point. And he has 11 health, 3 stamina. He's got rush to action. He's basically choose another Galactic Republic unit. Each character in this unit and each character in the chosen unit may dash. So lots of movement, 2 points of movement there. So he gets to move and somebody else gets to move. And of course he does have the reminder on his card there, which is super groovy. He has tempered aggression. When a character in this unit makes an attack, after all dice have been, after the attack dice and defense dice have been rolled, he can spend any number of force and re-roll 1 blank for each roll in the attack roll for each force spent. So that's really nice, and I love that it's after defense dice have been rolled, because you can see like, oh, I need only 1 more damage to really break through. So let me see what I can do here. So that's fantastic. He does have the ability for which the game is named Shatterpoint, a big important ability from the Shatterpoint novel. When this unit is chosen to activate with a Shatterpoint card, if its active stance is Form 7 of a pod, it may immediately make a focus action, and this characters in this unit have impact 2 until the end of turn. If its stance is Jedi Master, refresh 2 force, and 1 character in this unit may heal 3 times. So it gives you flexibility, though I don't feel like this ability reflects what Shatterpoint actually means. It's just a cool ability. I think they just named it Shatterpoint. But I mean, I guess if we wanted to really, really dig into it, we could maybe figure that out. But this is more about being flexible, and Shatterpoint is about finding that weak point in your opponent's defenses that makes their entire defense kind of fall apart. Hitting that shatter point, the part where they shatter. And so, that's whether it's their physical defenses or their plan as a whole, finding the weakness in the plan or whatever. So I just, that ability, well, it's a great ability. I don't feel like it's named appropriately, but you had to have a Shatterpoint ability in Mace Windu somehow. I feel like maybe Untempered Aggression might have been a better place to name that Shatterpoint, because you get to see their defenses first and then decide how much more you need to roll to break through. Like, this ability should have been named Shatterpoint, and then this one could have been named just something else, like, Balance of the Jedi Master, walking the line between, the light and the dark, or something like that. And he's got This Party's Over. While a character in this unit is engaged, Galactic Republic characters within 5 have Steadfast and Protection. He's a Force user, Galactic Republic, and a Jedi. He does have his 2 stances. So let's talk about his Jedi Master stance here. He has 6 and 6 and no ranged attack, but 6 attack. Oh, 6, 6, 6. Ooh, isn't it? He's the mark of the beast. Yeah, but he's pretty standard crits on his offensive side. His defensive side is actually not bad. He's for 1. He gets a block and turns a hit into a miss, which is really cool. Here I like that he's got push for his first 2 successes, which is really good. He's got a 3rd push down here, or some mobility. It's got a lot of playing the objective here, which is really nice. If we slip over to Vapod, we have a little bit less defense, a little bit more offense, and a lot of damage. A lot of damage potential. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 damage, and then a movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes, which you can potentially do that. But yeah, and slightly, about the same offense, but slightly weaker defense, but still pretty good. And these are more going to be kind of linking up with that ability rather than necessarily being, you know, unique for their own purposes. I mean, I guess the big deal is, do you want to do damage or do you want to push somebody off the objective? And I think that's the real main difference between these two. All right, let's move forward. Let's look at who's next in my list. Let's look at pawns. Here we go. So pawns is our first ever 3-point secondary, which is pretty cool. It's gonna work really well for Mace Windu. I mean, you're gonna have to run in with Mace Windu. I mean, you're not gonna have a choice there. So you got to run in with Mace Windu, and then you probably also run in with Darth Vader, or in an Inquisitor build. I think that's gonna be something that happens. Maybe. All right. So CT 411 Commander Pawns. He's a clone commando, clone trooper, Galactic Republic, 7 health, 2 stamina. He's got charge. At the start of his activation, choose another Galactic Republic character. They may dash, which is, again, you have 2 characters in the same pack, each with the little extra bonus. So that's cool. You're getting a lot of movement out of this guy, which is really good for, although he feels a little bit more like a support than a secondary, still pretty cool. All right, so he is, let me see here. He's also got incoming allied clone trooper units that have 1 or more of the hunker tokens, have immunity to expose, which is awesome. And then forward scout, when deploying a squad that includes this unit, the allied clone supporting units may be placed within 2 instead of 1. So that's actually really good too. So it really works into the whole movement aspect, because you're putting those ARF Troopers really far forward, which is cool. All right, and here's his one stance. He has a decent amount of damage there for him. And again, 6, 5, 5, and 5 there, and just kind of pretty good if you get a single expertise for attacking. That's 2 strikes if you do that, which is pretty cool. And a single melee is also a critical and a strike. So he's got good expertise for his attack, especially if you just roll 1. If you roll 3, you're going to be hurting, but if you roll 1, you're going to be ahead of the curve, which is cool. And then you have the ARF Troopers here. Defensive maneuver, coordinated fire. Oh, well, hold on. First off, ARF Troopers, they're 3. They're really good. Really good. Probably the best support I think we've ever seen. But coordinated fire for expose is incredible. Like, all the clones have defensive maneuver, and they have some kind of coordinated fire. They're all pretty much the same, but these guys have more. They have the best coordinated fire ability. They've got Brothers in Arms, and then they have Lay Low also, which is really good. 7 health, 2 stamina. They're ARF, Clone Trooper, Galactic Republic, and Trooper. But coordinated fire for exposed is insane. So somebody's going to shoot, you get to be like, oh no, hold on, they get exposed first. So now that shot is actually really going to go through. They're supremely good. Now, there's their card here is pretty on par with a lot of clones. Not all clones, but 7 dice for attack, 4 for defense, 5 for melee. Not the best expertise chart, but they're not bad. You know, they can push on 2 successes. They don't have a whole lot of pushing ability, but again, this is, it's a kind of on par with how a lot of other clones are going. I'm just surprised that they're only 3 points, because they should, with coordinated fire for expose alone, they probably should have been a 4-point unit. I'm not sure, but they don't have most supports don't have a little automatic activation ability. And that is going to do it. Plus, we still have the big pile of all the other foreign language stuff. They're going to be getting rid of all this. Like, there's no reason to have 4 different versions of the Mace Windu card and all this other stuff in there, especially cards that have no text on them, except for the artist name, I guess. So I've seen a lot of people have been using these to play like memory, or turning them into matching card games for their kids, which is a pretty cool idea. Future expansions are probably not going to have quite as many extra cards, though. Let's go ahead and put these together and take a look. All right, so we've got these guys put together now. I went with pawns first. Normally, I typically do my clones with if they have a human head, like I do the helmet option on the ground, and I have the regular head on top. But I don't really have a connection to pawns. I don't really care as much about him, so I figured I'd plus I plan on painting him more in a dark side Inquisitor unit kind of paint scheme. And so I'm going to paint him a little more black, and I feel like having a helmet on is a little bit more appropriate for being with teamed up with Inquisitors. So thought that was pretty cool. We got our ARFs here, and they're doing well. I didn't use any of the basing materials they included in the set. I just, like, some of them had like an extra little peg sticking out of the foot, like you can see right there. I just went ahead and put that down because I'm going to put my own basing materials on, and it'll go ahead and fill in all of that gap with ease. So I'm going to, have him maybe stepping up on a little bit more of the raised kind of dirt mound or something like that. And that'll kind of allow that to work. So those are the ARFs and Mace Windu himself. I did put him a little bit farther over to the side, so just leave extra room for the lightsaber, but man, he looks great. I love that pose. I love it. He is going to be super fun to get on the tabletop, or to get under the paintbrush, really. So, well, we're going to have a good time with Mr. Mace Windu. And I think that's going to do it for looking at these minis. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you see here, be sure to click that subscribe button. It definitely helps out the channel. And if you want to see more videos, you can check out the channel. I've got a lot of content, so definitely search for Crabbok stuff in your YouTube results, and you're going to see whatever else you're looking for, whether it's X-Wing related, Armada, Legion, Shatterpoint, unboxings, reviews, collectibles, lightsabers, helmets, all kinds of cool stuff like that. Definitely check it out. Use your search bar. It's probably the easiest way to go. I want to thank you guys again. I will talk to you soon. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. This is the way. And have a great day.